My throat together here. Ooh, what do I got to say about Smackdown tonight? You know, at first, I didn't know where the show was going tonight. And there's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad, there's a lot of surprising things that make no sense to me about this show for SmackDown in general. But one thing I do want to kick off with this show is, what do I want to kick it off with? First off, we all know about the reports today. Let's start with the Dean Ambrose situation before I say anything about SmackDown. The story with Dean Ambrose now, which people are now either saying, well, pretty much say he's going to be gone after WrestleMania. His contract is coming up soon. Well, then again, there's a lot of contracts coming up soon, and after what I saw tonight, I feel like they're doing some odd thing going on with the contracts right now with them. But in regards to him, this is, at first I'm sitting there like, okay, WWE put a statement out then, because we saw what happened last night. And if you even think about, if you want to go back to it, when Dean Ambrose was about to say something on the mic before the whole Nia Jax knocking him out the ring thing, WWE has had this before about people saying they were going to leave. Well, some do end up leaving in a way when they say they're going to go because of their contract. You can use CM Punk as an example if you want. But this is where, when I kind of looked a little bit more into it, there are two things I have taken from this in regards to WWE talking about. And by the way, WWE put out that Dean Ambrose was going to be gone after WrestleMania. But the statement, when I actually read the wording, at first I'm thinking, okay. At first I didn't read this off WWE. I read it off of wrestling site. I think it was ProWrestling.net. And was it Pro Wrestling Sheet? Not which one though, but pretty much saying that Dean Ambrose turned down, to what I heard was a 5-year deal, I think, and he did not want to re-sign with the company once his contract comes up in April. Let's be honest here, creative has really kind of screwed this guy really ever since he turned heel, because his heel turn has been very non-factor and very lackluster, because even after I just felt like the guy was either Bane or he was a germaphobe, and then he dropped the Intercontinental title to Bobby Lashley then. So I didn't know what the point of him continuing the Rollins feud was at one point. And this is what I'm thinking here. And this is, like I said, going back to WWE's statement. The way they worded it, saying, we hope he comes back, and it sounded really nice. It wasn't one of those, we wish Dean Ambrose, or, what is his name, Jonathan Good, in his future endeavors. And you just read the statement, because even I read it on my phone. Like I said, you got to look at the wording of things. Now, people really think is this a shoot or is this a work? Right now, this could be some work that could play into WrestleMania with whatever storyline or whoever he will face against at WrestleMania or whatever. But, it could go either way. But looking at the wording, I'm trying to bring it back up real quick. I want to bring it back on my phone. But when you're saying something, we are grateful and appreciative of all that Dean has given to WWE and our fans. We wish him well and hope that one day Dean will return to WWE. Okay, and this is WWE saying this. So any other person that would have been released, they would have said the person's real name and we wish him in our future endeavors and will be gone. But the fact that you're telling he's leaving after WrestleMania, which is 2 to 3 months away, what does that tell you? It's kind of most likely could be a work for all I know. Because why would you say something 3 months in advance of when his contract? And like I said, you can go back to CM Punk. CM Punk did something like that. If you remember back in 2011, he said, this is the final day of my contract, and what happens? He wins the title and he's still here after that. Now, if you want to go fast forward into 2014 and how that whole debacle went, then that's a different story. But now Dean Ambrose would leave. I'm sure everyone's mind of what they're saying right now is AEW, AEW, AEW. And come on, I would love to see a Jon Moxley and AEW tear the house down over there, okay? Going for the AEW championship. That would be great. Because WWE Creative is just don't know what to do with this guy. Now, even my friend told me, maybe if he really is leaving after WrestleMania, he's going to put Nia Jax over. I hope to God not, because that would be a horrible idea if it comes to something like that. Having him getting punked out by Nia Jax is bad enough. Having him lose to Nia Jax at WrestleMania, you might as well just throw this guy off a cliff at this point, okay? And I don't know what Dean Ambrose right now, okay? I don't know. And then again, you think WWE's gonna let another Shield member leave like that if you're gonna say his contract is coming up and he turned down a 5-year deal? Because you got one Shield member that's out sick right now, and then you got another one wanting to leave the company, which I could not blame him in a way, just judging by the booking that they have done to Dean Ambrose in his heel turn. Like I said before, it felt like a non-factor. I said it before in my Royal Rumble review, which I don't even want to get started on that upload, but I've said this in my Royal Rumble review too, that okay, he's been a non-factor when he came out there. He was a non-factor. So why should I it's almost was really tough to see where it's going with him. But like I said before, I'm not sure if he's really leaving, because if I'm hearing it from other sites, then okay, and he's breaking the news. But if WWE is breaking the news, then putting out this long statement, it could really end up into some work storyline right now. Because why would you announce someone's resignation from the company 3 months ahead, literally right after WrestleMania? And I don't know what could happen to that time. Maybe he didn't sign a deal, for all I know. I don't know what Dean Ambrose could have done. Maybe he is signing something. Maybe he's not signing something. I know there's a lot of contracts coming up, especially on the 29th, pretty much. The 31st. And come on, there's a lot of people in New Japan already finishing up already. I believe Kushida just had his last match either today or yesterday. I don't know, American time and Japan time is different, but he had his last match with NJPW at the Kurikan Hall, if you want to go look that up, against Tanahashi. But like I said, there's a lot of contracts literally coming up soon right now. So, my take on this whole Dean Ambrose thing, it almost feels like a work. Because when I first read it from somewhere else, okay, Ambrose is leaving. No wonder creative sucks in WWE. They're idiots, okay? We all know that. And they screw many, many people over. And it's like people will say online, it's the AEW effect. And I'm going to get to more of this AEW effect later on in the show with some other counts of people, and how I still think that WWE is just booking a lot of these guys because they know if they leave, they don't want them to leave. So let's just throw more money on the table and try to make them look important by putting them in some type of role or anything. And I said that on Sunday also. Nakamura, there you go. It's many people that are getting these out of nowhere pushes now, because they don't want them to leave, okay? Or they just probably want to bury them until their contracts actually run out if they try to get out of the company. So, it's a lot you can take from this, okay? I know that guy. It's a lot you can really take from this. So, where could this go next? I'm not really sure where this could go next, okay? Like I said, we just have to say time will tell when or if Dean Ambrose leaves the company, after WrestleMania. But hey, I'd love to see Jon Moxley back in AEW, but just judging by the wording, this sounds like a work almost. It does. I just want to talk about the whole Dean Ambrose, contract being up after WrestleMania thing. But kicking off Smackdown tonight, they talked about Becky Lynch back again in Phoenix again, and she came down because her knee was hurt from Sunday. Becky said it's been a crazy couple of days. Of course, as there was Becky chants, and she wanted to get Ronnie there, Ronda and everything. And first part, they didn't really. I will say this too. No one didn't really mention her losing to Asuka. Okay, so even somebody brought this up tonight. Okay, Becky's getting a title shot at the Rumble, but she lost to Asuka, so why should she face anybody if she just lost to somebody in a championship? But I don't know. That's logic for you sometimes, because somebody did bring an interesting point about that. But of course, there were a lot of man signs. I believe it was, and they also said "Happy Birthday, Becky." There was a lot of "Happy Birthday, Becky" signs. I don't know if it's actually her birthday or not today, but I just kind of caught that out in the crowd. If it is Happy Birthday, that was just something I kind of caught in the crowd. But as Becky was talking, she was talking about she was going, she talked about being from the pre-show and now being on main show to WrestleMania. Now, I know she said the main event, but like I said in my Raw review yesterday, we don't know who's the main event. Right now, after what I heard yesterday, it was several times they were referencing the Seth and Brock, but hey, anything can change. But I still think the world champion is going to main event the show, in my opinion, okay? But you don't know where this can go, okay? WWE just likes to flip things around, who's going to main event what when you look at it. But she talked about looking in Ronda's eyes, and that Ronda's eyes was full of doubt, and that she's going to break her arm in WrestleMania and everything, and that, you know, they're going to believe now, and she's going to know when her arm is broken. Charlotte came out then as she started clapping her hands, and she congratulated her. Yes, you made it off the kickoff show now. I'm proud of you. And you weren't even supposed to be in the Rumble on Sunday, but they let you in anyways, which I kind of said that she would come out and argue about this. But she pretty much went on to say, excuse me, she brought Becky to the main event, and she did it all for her, and, you know, pretty much kind of mocking her and everything, was going to shake her hand, but Becky Lynch sucker punched her to the ground. Charlotte got back up. She ran up the ramp and went after her. They start brawling with each other again. The fans start saying, let them fight, as they start talking trash then. So, you know, one way or another, they're going to try to get they're gonna try to get Charlotte into this match, into a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Okay, you know they're gonna do this. I said this yesterday. Do not be surprised if they pull some stuff off like this. I know everybody wants a one-on-one match, but I knew WWE would pull something like this. Okay, you know they was gonna try to get Charlotte in there. All right. And because, like I said, right now it's official. It's Becky versus Ronda. But there's still another 2-3 months away from WrestleMania. So do not be surprised if they pull some stuff like this, okay? As for Asuka, since she was not even mentioned tonight, I don't know who Asuka's next opponent would be. I'm sure everybody said it should be Charlotte at WrestleMania. But right now, we don't know. Right now, Charlotte's just trying to, you know, get back into sorry about that. Charlotte's just trying to get into this triple threat match, then be in a match with Asuka right now. Almost messed up my words right there in train of thought. But right now, don't be surprised if they even try to get her in this match, okay? Because you know something like this was going to happen, okay? They would make this a triple threat match at WrestleMania. So if it does, don't say I didn't warn you. But right now, it's still officially one-on-one. And as for them brawling, it's going to lead into something. Next thing you know, R-Truth. Oh, God, there's a lot to say about this. This made no sense to me here, okay? And this was just convolution, like a lot of criticism or whatever. But you want to see something convoluted, get ready, okay? Just a cluster. R-Truth comes out, and he has a match against Shinsuke Nakamura for the U.S. title, because he talked about he was going to be in the Rumble and everything, but he got taken out. But since I guess the McMahons listened to him, we're going to give you a U.S. title shot. Then you didn't get a chance to be in the Rumble, you get a title shot now. Nakamura and Truth went against each other, which did that really go anywhere in this match? Because it looked, at first I'm thinking this is all botchy, and how this looked like a botch. And the referee looked like he knew he messed up, because Nakamura pretty much, I think it was, he picked Truth for a fireman's carry, and Truth rolled him up, and he got the pinfall. But if you go back and look at the replay, he kicked out at 2. But they showed the replay several times, and Nakamura's shoulder was up, and he was out of it before the 3. But R-Truth is now the new U.S. champion. And I'm sitting there wondering, so let me get this straight. We put the title back on Nakamura after he we took the title off Nakamura after he just won it at the Royal Rumble. And he lost the Truth. And I like R-Truth, and I'm glad something's good happening for him here, but what was the point of putting the title on him? I said this on Sunday. Like, the reason why they put that belt back on him, because once again, it's the AEW effect. They don't want him to go anywhere. I don't think Nakamura's really going back to New Japan. I don't know. I heard he lives in America right now. He moved his family out here. I don't know how that whole story is going out right now, but It's either that or he's going to AEW then, because that's still in America, okay? Because I don't know what WWE is doing with Nakamura. I think he still looks like he dresses like he's Kane from 1998. That looked like his gear on Sunday and tonight. It's almost like he's a figure skater. Also, I don't know why he wears the jacket while wrestling now. So I don't know. It's like a full body suit, I guess. I don't understand, I guess, but I'm sitting there wondering, like, wait, Nakamura lost the belt after he won, and then after what do we do next? We bring Rusev out. Rusev comes out then, and he talked about he took the title from Nakamura because and everything, so he deserved better than Nakamura. But for some reason, like, I want a title shot now. I'm sitting there looking at Rusev like, get a title shot. You just lost last Sunday. Why are you even getting any type of title shot right now? Back of the line for you, buddy. All right. So what is the point of Rusev getting a title shot? I don't get it. I don't understand. Why is Rusev getting a title shot right now? This looks like a cluster, okay? It really is. And now this title feels like it's playing hot potato now. This is how this title does not make sense, and everyone involved in it looks kind of crazy right now. We put the belt on Rusev on Christmas Day because you didn't do anything with Nakamura ever since he had the U.S. Championship, and he was just floundering around, literally doing nothing and barely even on TV. But he drops it to Rusev on Christmas Day. Rusev holds the title for barely a month. They built it up for 2 weeks on TV, and they weren't even on the TV 2 weeks after. But then we're gonna put him on the pre-show for the Royal Rumble when they only had 2 weeks of build and didn't do anything from it, and then you put the belt back on Nakamura just to have him lose it again on Tuesday to Truth a few days later after he won it last Sunday, and then you're giving Rusev a title shot when he did nothing with the belt to begin with and he just lost it, but we're gonna give him a title shot out of nowhere. What is this booking? I don't get it. I don't understand this booking. This is garbage. I don't understand. And oh god, here we go then. So we do a match with Truth and Rusev. Truth rolls him up for the victory. Oh, here's the thing that doesn't make even more sense. You want to talk about a mess? You want to talk about a cluster? Nakamura comes down and beats up Truth, and then he throws him back in the ring, and then next Rusev and Nakamura working together, beating up Truth and doing the Machka kick and the Kinshasa. So let me get this straight. Now they're a team? Rusev and Nakamura look like idiots right now. And what is the point? Now I'm thinking, like, who gained anything off of this? What was gained from here? Who came out here looking good? Truth won the title, but then they kicked the crap out of him right after. Rusev and Nakamura look like idiots for just losing so quick to him, and now they're gonna be a team after they just beat each other up on Sunday and they were against each other for almost a month, and now they're a team and they want to beat up Truth, and you couldn't even beat him for the U.S. title. Dude, this makes no sense. Okay, it's going everywhere. All right, I don't get it. I don't understand this show, okay? Like, dude, I wish Nakamura would have just went to AEW now for all I care at this point. Rusev, they killed him a long time ago. And let me just point this out. Rusev is a heel now. Are we just magically turning these people heel? Last night, Elias was a face, but they did nothing with it, so let's turn him heel. Rusev was over so many months ago, they killed his momentum. Instead, we killed Rusev Day to the ground, let's turn him heel. Let's have him team with Nakamura. He was a face. Dude, is everyone turning heel? What is with these magical heel turns? I don't get it. I swear to God, I don't get this show. Or these people, or the booking, or I just don't understand. Okay, this was crap. Okay, this was legitimate crap. I don't know what they're doing with the U.S. title. And right now, it's a cluster. It's a mess. And Rusev, you know what amazes me is this. You had nothing for both of these two. That's why you had on the pre-show. So, hey, these two got nothing going on. Let's make them a team. There was nothing going on with Rusev and Nakamura anyways before this feud. So, instead of feuding, we're going to make them into a team. You got nothing. Creative has nothing for them. Let's make them into a team. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand this show. Whew, what a mess. But moving on. They showed Becky leaving the arena, which they asked her about her leg, her knee, and pretty much she didn't want to talk about it. So she pretty much drove off then, and pretty much not receiving any medical attention since Charlotte took out her knee. I don't know. We're gonna play up this knee injury for a while now because I feel like they're gonna do that and somehow still get Charlotte in this match for WrestleMania. You can tell it's gonna happen. All right, it's probably gonna happen here. So I don't know, but we'll see what happens after that. Rey Mysterio is supposed to be in a match with Samoa Joe, but Zelina Vega came out then and said, "You got me banned from ringside and because you're distracted by me." And she pretty much called Rey Mysterio a coward, but Almas pretty much then, or Andrade or whatever, pretty much beat up Rey. He had a Three Amigos suplex then after that. He was about to hit the third one, but Rey dodged it and was about to get the 619. Almas dodged it then, hit him with the hammerlock DDT. And no Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. So I'm sure next week will be Rey Mysterio versus Almas in a Iron Man match. We've done 2-3 matches with these guys already, which have been great, phenomenally great. But now he's still beating up Mysterio again, even though last week it was pretty much a disqualification. But now this feud continues. Oh, let's get back to the Truth and Nakamura thing real quick, because they went to Gallows and Anderson later on and looked at Rusev, and he said, "You guys deserve each other," because he said that R-Truth dog walked both of you guys. But pretty much Rusev said, don't you have to be in catering or something? And how about you face against the Good Brothers, Anderson? First off, I didn't know Gallows and Anderson was still here, so I guess they finally found something for these two. And then Nakamura said, "Challenge accepted." And then Rusev told him, "We're only going to team once," and pretty much screw me over, and then left. I think he meant to say, "Do not screw me over," because I'm sitting there wondering, and I said, why did he have to rewind it till he said, "Screw me over"? You mean not screw me over, right? You don't want to be screwed over by Nakamura. So you just told to screw you over, and now they're a tag team facing Gallows and Anderson next week. Okay. So, I don't know how, dude, they've been in a whole bunch of things tonight. I talk about a cluster. Where is this going? I have no idea. What is this? It's something like a Deadly Alliance, like it's Mortal Kombat now? It's Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. That's what we're doing here. So, I don't know what they're planning on doing here. This is this makes no sense to me. So, I don't know where they're going with that. My mistake, had to check something, but as I was saying, I don't know where they're going with Rusev and Nakamura right now. I don't get it. But we then went to Miz and Shane McMahon, the new tag team champions. I'm sure people are already pissed at that, but as the champions headed to the ring, they talked about they were in Phoenix. People chanted for Shane O'Mac, and Miz, was a lot of Miz chants too. And we could do a traditional celebration, but they have bigger things planned. And they had a big video package about their journey and stuff. And, pretty much Shane thanked the crowd and everything. But they had a special guest. They brought out Miz's dad, George Mizana, and people chanted Mr. Miz, Mr. Miz, and everything. And it should be like Miz's dad before. Yeah, Miz's dad, if I'm not mistaken, he looked bigger a few years ago, as some people said, if you've seen him on TV. The guy looked like he lost a ton of weight. And he had the baseball jersey on, Shane McMahon wears from last Sunday and everything at the Rumble. And pretty much Miz's dad pretty much said he was proud of his son Miz and he loved him and he hugged him after that. So I guess the whole daddy issue thing is done now, I guess, and that his dad loves him again. So I don't know why they even did this whole thing, but at least that Miz's dad got a big pop though, and he even came out to Miz's entrance music too, because people chanted Mr. Miz, Mr. Miz, Mr. Miz, which was pretty hilarious. I will say that. But pretty much then after that, Shane McMahon pretty much went on to say, other than winning the titles, what happens next and pretty much defending the title. So it was going to be a fatal 4-way after that, a fatal 4-way tag match, and whoever wins will face Shane McMahon and The Miz at the Elimination Chamber. And before we pretty much got out the commercial, then we went to this, and this doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville pretty much said they're in the women's tag team title match at Elimination Chamber, which they didn't even have to face anybody, but everyone on Raw is in a match, and they have to pretty much, they gotta wrestle in. So yeah, everyone, like I said, everyone else on Raw has to wrestle, but for some reason, sorry, I had to check my side, but like I said, for some odd reason, though, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville pretty much say, we're in the Elimination Chamber. Who did you guys beat? Okay, who did y'all beat to even get in the chamber? Everyone else competed on Raw, even though they went into makeshift tag teams and stuff, but they didn't have to really do anything but say they're in. But even somebody brought this up, and when you think about it, what other teams do they have on SmackDown other than Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville and the Iconics? Name me another team on SmackDown. I'll wait, because I can't even name anybody. So we're just putting anybody in there to be putting them in there. So since they didn't have to compete, they're just automatically in. Makes no sense, but they're automatically in. But like I said, there's barely even any teams. And then, they talked about them destroying Naomi, which I guess this is an attention to detail thing and stuff, because Mandy said it's not easy being hot and stuff. And we go back from a clip from Tough Enough, when Tough Enough sucked, this last version was, in 2015, and it was a segment, I'm surprised I even remember this, with Team Bad, when it was Naomi, Sasha Banks, and I think Sasha was the NXT Women's Champion at the time, and Tamina, and I think they showed up with a clip with Naomi, and because I think Mandy Rose was smiling during like a suplex Tamina gave her, and Naomi told Tamina to splash her, and pretty much says, you don't want to know what Naomi said after with the cameras off. And Mandy pretty much said she had developed like a small complex, and her boyfriend left her, which I don't know why anybody would dump that. I don't know what that guy's smoking. He must be going the other side of the road, if you know what I mean. I don't know what I don't get kind of where that. I'm like, really? You dumped her? Are you on crack? Okay. But she pretty much said that she went after Naomi's relationship because Naomi ruined hers. But even Caleb Braxton said, your plan failed, right? Jimmy Uso and Naomi are that tight, okay? And their relationship is very strong. So how do you plan this is going to go? And pretty much Mandy Rose said it's not going to be over. So let me get this straight and calculating this. The reason why Mandy Rose is mad because of something that happened on Tough Enough 4 or 5 years ago. I remember I didn't even really watch that show because it was god-awful to begin with. And all those people sucked except for Patrick Clark, other known as the Velveteen Dream right now, which is the greatest thing on NXT when you look at it. And even though what's so funny about that Tough Enough show? All those people lost on there, but they still got signed to a contract. Think about that. They all lost, but they got signed to a contract still. And both of Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville were on there too. But hey, you don't have to win. We're still going to sign you. That show made no fucking sense. Should never been brought back. Tough Enough. It hasn't really worked out. Even the people that win, okay, maybe the people that don't win has worked out for people in the past, but the people that have won Tough Enough, it's pretty shitty for them, to be honest. But I guess we're going back from a thing on Tough Enough, and I guess because her boyfriend left her, that's why she's going to ruin Naomi's relationship because of something that happened years ago. Okay, we'll see what that happens. But Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for Elimination Chamber, who qualifies The Bar, The Usos, The New Day, and Heavy Machinery, which I guess are on SmackDown now. It was pretty funny to see Otis, was it Tucker, and I usually had Tucker Otis with Big E, which was pretty cool. But pretty much this match here, first off, pretty much Heavy Machinery hit the compactor to or the trash compactor to take out the New Day. So New Day was out first, which they don't really need the titles anyways. They're over in their own as it is already. Pretty much Usos was in the ring with Tucker Knight then, and I think they were about to do a double splash out of the ring. Usos, jump from the top, not the top rope, but going across the ropes and everything. But the Bar pretty much got one of the Usos and threw him over into the timekeepers area. And everything, but what I say, like I said, there's a lot of chaos going on in this tag team match. You know what's funny about this Fatal 4-Way? No, I'm not going to go back to the whole Mandy Rose thing. I just thought about something else because I just mean to jump in the shark on that. But continuing on with the tag match, though, pretty much the Heavy Machinery was eliminated next after that, which was a pretty good sequence in a way with, the Usos barred them, but pretty much Sheamus hit a bro kick on Tucker Knight to take him out. And then the Usos pretty much killed the Bar literally a minute right after, took them out of there, super kicked them, and hit a splash on Sheamus for the win. So at Elimination Chamber, it will be the Usos versus not Sheamus, but Shane McMahon and The Miz for the titles. But it wasn't a bad. Of course, it was going to be chaos and insanity all over the place in a Fatal 4-Way match. But hey, Heavy Machinery did pretty good out there. They did. I liked it. And they took out the New Day. So think about that for a second, all right? So we'll see where this goes then. Since it's gonna be the Usos going against Shane McMahon and The Miz. But Heavy Machinery looked really good. Now we get to at least a very good part of the show. Like I said, it's been a very confusing show throughout tonight. But Daniel Bryan, who came out with the WWE Championship, and you want to know who won at the Rumble, which I thought this was hilarious. People immediately chanted Becky, Becky, Becky. I'm like, well, she did win the Royal Rumble, so that is someone who won. But Daniel said no. The fans won. Their children won because he won. He is the planet's champion. And he talked about what happened last Sunday and everything. And why Rowan was with him, which he had a recycling sign in his name if you look at his Titantron. And Rowan had a bag with him, which I kind of figured this was going. And, they said cheer for this man and people booed him. But Daniel Bryan says, I expected this out of you ignorant fans. And this man here, Eric Rowan, do you not see the dirt under his nails and everything? You may think he looks like an oaf, but this man, he's a truth. He's an intellectual peer and an avid reader of things, which they've tried to put him. He's trying to put him over as something. So all I can really think is Wyatt Family 2.0 when I think it is, because they were in Wyatt Family before. And I says, what do you see when you see this man? Ex-Wyatt Family member too many times. But pretty much said that AJ called him a hypocrite, but he was right. Because he carried around this title, this belt, this symbol of excess, he says. And he pretty much talked about the, the championship and stuff. He pretty much said that it was made of cheap labor. And he made, it was made from an animal, a cow this was made of, okay? This cow whose life was taken from her to be made into this championship. So the WWE Championship was made out of a cow. And this cow had a name too, which the fans do. First off, I like how people said recycle when Eric Rowan actually brought the trash can in the ring. It's like recycle. And then this cow's name was Daisy, and the fans started chanting Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. And then people were chanting, thank you, Daisy, and everything, like, save Daisy. And like, dude, they're cheering for a cow that he just made up, okay? And he said, pretty much, this cow sacrificed its life. It was taken from her to be made to his championship. And she never got the opportunity to survive in this life, to have a great life and everything. And he felt the pain of this cow, of its shortened lifespan. So this championship, it's a symbol of pain and excess, and it must be thrown into the trash. And that they needed a new symbol, okay? A new championship. And I'm thinking right here, I kind of figured where this is going to be, some vegan championship. But at first I'm like, okay, maybe it's going to be a new design. It's going to be a different looking title. In a way, it's a different title. It's a different championship, but it's still the same design of the WWE Championship. The difference is that it is made out of wood, and I just like how people chanted "Save Daisy, thank you Daisy," and Daisy deserved. Dude, the fact that they chanted for Daisy the cow was funny to me. It was hilarious. Okay, I'll admit this was funny with Daniel Bryan, and since he had the new strap, it was made of wood. At first I thought it was plastic at first, but it was made of wood. And he talked about this strap, this title belt is made out of hemp. It was materialized in the hemp. I believe that's wood. It was also made from a fallen oak and everything, because it was an organic, sustainable hemp, and it actually had some like stones inside of the championship itself, like earth stone. So the title was pretty much made out of wood, oak, earth stones and everything. So I will admit, it's still the same design as the WWE Championship, just like the one he just threw in the titles, because we're pretty much calling this the Vegan Championship, so it had to be carved into Daniel Bryan's image. Is it like something what Stone Cold did back in the day when he made it the Smoking Skull Championship of his own? Not really, because at least that was a whole different design. Or like when John Cena brought in the WWE title spinner belt all the way back in 05. Because the last time you could really think the title belt was actually changed was in 2013 when The Rock made it into that baseball plate Diamond Field Championship. I can say that. But this wooden, hemp title with earthstones in it, it doesn't look bad, I will say that, but it's still the same title belt. It's made out of wood. It's an eco-friendly championship. He's saving the environment, so he's saving the trees, I guess, or something. So, but before he can even explain more of the title, AJ Styles came out then, and then Randy Orton follows him right after that. And because AJ said, "You must have been smoking that prototype belt," and I'm thinking AJ's gonna get another title shot, but they go to Randy Orton, and then it goes to commercial. Jeff Hardy's already in the ring, and so I kind of figured where this was going, because Mustafa Ali came out and he says, "Look at this, all right, I've seen a lot of Hall of Famers out here." And before he could even keep going, Randy Orton says, like, "Didn't you get eliminated by a woman in the Rumble?" So even the guy point, like, why are you out here? You got eliminated by a woman in the Royal Rumble, so why are you even think you deserve a title shot? And then Samoa Joe, by God, this man, this nigga Joe, is a motherfucking savage, okay? This dude was dropping bars. Listen, let me say this one thing about Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe can cut the greatest promos out there that just are cutthroat and awesome, but you know what the end result is going to happen with Samoa Joe. He can cut the greatest promo and be a great heel out there and everything, but some way they're going to make this guy look stupid, or bury him, or job him, or just they will not have him win a title. Because I've said before, you could put Samoa Joe in a feud and he'll talk a great game, but he'll end up damn near losing in the end, okay? And dude, he just went out there and just went in on folks, because he said that I'm out here and everybody's talking about lines and everything. He came out here to put champion to sleep, and he pretty much told Orton then after that, like, "Listen, I'll size you up later, and I won't come out of nowhere when I take out the Viper." Jeff Hardy, I don't even know why Jeff Hardy's out here, okay? Like, I already took you out, and then, Jeff was about to say something, like, "You keep talking, Joe," but it's like, no, you keep your mouth shut. Why don't you just shut up? To give us as an AA meeting, okay? AA meeting, okay? Shut up while I'm talking to the group. I'm sitting there like bars. You can see Randy Orton in the ring nearly cracking up. When he said that, Orton just kind of got down to the ground, like, just kind of bent it over, because I think he couldn't contain his laugh and had to go to Rhodes to the second, just to say, "Why did you treat this like an A meeting and shut up, Jeff?" And he told Mustafa then, like, nah, you got lucky at the Rumble, all right? Listen, you want to talk about my eyes? You can see your eyes, because your eyes went to sleep when I put your little simple ass to sleep last week, okay? And then he just looked at AJ and say, "AJ, but man, I just got to ask you, man. How's Wendy?" Next thing you know, there was a brawl then after that. Orton hit an RKO on Joe again and takes him out. Jeff hits a twist of fate on Orton, and he's going to hit a twist of fate on Mustafa, but he hits him with the enziguri. And then all the guys on the ground, as Daniel Bryan says, "None of you deserve a WWE title shot. You will never get this championship. I will be the champion forever." And you knew what this was coming into. Next thing you know, Triple H shows up on the Titantron then, and he says, "You're correct. You won't be defending this title against any of them. You will be defending them against all of them in the Elimination Chamber. So at the Elimination Chamber, it will be Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles versus Randy Orton versus Mustafa Ali versus Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy for the WWE Championship in an Elimination Chamber. Pretty much Bryan and Rowan got out of Dodge, and before it even, end the show, I swear Rowan was about to attack Orton from behind at the top of the stage then. But that pretty much ended the show with a giant brawl. I did enjoy this, okay? This was really good. Samoa Joe was just cutting bars out there, okay? The man was just throwing out the shots. I was just like, let that chopper fly, Joe. Just let the shots fly on everybody, okay? I know he's not going to win, but at least he cut a great promo like he does always. Daniel Bryan and him pretty much doing the title. Daniel Bryan had a good promo, and it was pretty funny with the crowd talking about Daisy the cow and everything. But Samoa Joe owned the whole thing, okay? He did. And the brawl was pretty good, too. So there you have 2 Elimination Chamber matches, all right? One for the WWE Championship and one for the women's tag team titles, okay? So there you go, because I don't think Lesnar was going to be in no Elimination Chamber match, since it's pretty much, I know it's not, they said it wasn't confirmed, but even judging on Monday, it's going to be Seth versus Brock in the main event WrestleMania for the Universal Championship. So I think anybody kind of knows that is coming, all right? Because Daniel Bryan's got his hands occupied with the WWE title at the Elimination Chamber, or anything can happen for what I know. I don't know. I'm just, taking a guess, and I'm positive all that's going to happen. But, hey, we gonna see. That's all I can tell you from that. But as of SmackDown tonight, a very good but just strange show in general, okay? What do I have to say? First off, the U.S. title is just in a fucking debacle, okay? It's a debacle. I don't know what to say about Nakamura, Rusev, or Truth at this point after what I explained earlier, okay? You want to go check that out, please check her in the review, you know what I'm saying? Because you got one turning heel, and then one dropping the title, then hot potato this, hot potato that, turn Rusev heel. Let's make both of them a team. What sense does any of this make? Does Nakamura leaving? Is he going to AEW? What do I know? The Becky promo was good too, but they was going to insert Charlotte into this, so don't be surprised if it is a triple threat match at WrestleMania for the women's championship against Ronda, okay? Do not be surprised, because that's what it looks like it's going to. It really does when you think about it, so do not be surprised if it happens, okay? But, other than the U.S. title debacle, the pretty much Almas and Ray feud continues, so there you go. I find it ridiculous that Mandy Rose and DeVille just put themselves in the Elimination Chamber match, even though they didn't do anything to even get in the match and didn't have to wrestle anybody, but there's barely a team on SmackDown. And looking at this weird story from taking a match from something from Tough Enough in 2015 and saying, like, my boyfriend left me because of what happened on Tough Enough. So you're going to destroy Naomi's relationship because yours got ruined years ago on Tough Enough? This story, the whole thing looks like it's jumping the shark. The Miz thing with Miz's dad and Shane, that was, that was good at least. The tag team division just feels dead half the time, but the Fatal 4-Way was pretty good. I will give it that. Like I said, other than the ending of the show and what else? I already talked about the Dean Ambrose thing earlier about his contract and stuff. So, yeah, a lot of things just somewhat. This is the last night in Phoenix also, but there was some things that were good, but then there are just things that don't make sense on this show, what I question. But if I had to say the worst thing was probably the whole U.S. title debacle and where this is going and why these people have these segments. Or like I said, there's a lot of people's contracts coming up soon, so let's try to have these guys do something right now, or they're going to end up somewhere, I don't know, as everyone keeps saying all the time now, the AEW effect, if they're going to AEW or whatever and that. So I just don't know. It was better than Monday Night Raw. I'll give it that. At least it was a little bit better than Raw, because Raw only had like 2 good segments, and we all know what that was. This was better. I will say that. It's SmackDown, so I'm not really surprised it was better. But I am done with this whole review. I don't know. The show was all over the place, but I did love the ending segment with, especially the Samoa Joe promo from there. That was some bars. Those were straight up bars, though. And I will say the new title does, like I said, it's the vegan championship. Not bad, looks clean, but still looks like the same design as the WWE title. It's just more eco-friendly Earth style of the Championship. Okay, so there you go. I am out of here though. Tell me what you thought about SmackDown tonight. Comment, subscribe. You know, it's me, WD coming at the news and review. Know what goes down. This is running the town, and this is SmackDown. Okay, and like I said, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. If this Royal Rumble review, I just don't even know at this point. Like I said, if anyone knows any other easier way to edit a 2-hour audio thing and somewhat get it on YouTube, or some type of way to edit it to turn it into a movie, please tell me. I'd appreciate that. Okay, so I'm really working on that, and hopefully I got a good idea to some of it, but I would appreciate the advice. But I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out.